Welcome to Tabletop Tactics. Today's league game is being fought over the remains of a lost chapter's homeworld. The Flesh Tearers have descended to sever this tendril of Hive Fleet Leviathan and avenge the memory of a lost Space Marine chapter. Today's video is sponsored by GF9's Battlefield in a Box range, Gothic Sector, Legion. Another foe to conquer, another world to devour, another league game to play. Yes, it is I, Hive Fleet Ed, very imaginative, I know, and I'm taking a 1995 list of Invasion Fleet Tyranids. I'm going to be taking the Swarming Instincts variant of Invasion Fleet today because I've got a feeling I'm going to be up against a lot of power-armoured infantry that I'm going to nibble at and prise open and eat the soft flesh within. Leading this malevolent horde of chittering bugs is, of course, the Hive Tyrant. Classic Hive Tyrant armed with a bone sword, lash whip, and heavy venom cannon, and protected, as ever, by 6 valiant Tyrant Guard with crushing claws. Next up in the HQ, I have Old One Eye himself. I love this venerable old chitinous bug, and he is going to be escorted by an old friend, another Carnifex, and they're going to be lumbering up the board, hopefully causing lots of problems for Lawrence today. I've also got a winged Tyranid Prime, and he is going to be leading a unit of Tyranid warriors armed with ranged bioweapons. I absolutely love this unit. To me, these guys are kind of what Space Marines should be. They're tough, they put out a lot of firepower, and they're really nasty in close combat as well. Onto my battle line unit, I've got 2 units of 10 gargoyles. These are so versatile and so maneuverable. I can just drop them down, score secondary objectives, shoot and then scoot, which is probably the most useful thing that they do. I've also got 2 units of 10 termagants as well, similar kind of utility pieces. Now on to the exciting stuff. Yes, the Tyranid. This is probably one of the best units in the Tyranid army at the moment. The damage that this thing puts out is absolutely terrifying if it hits. And onto a slightly smaller bang bug, but no less fearsome, I have an Exocrine. I love this beast, I love his big bio bang stick, and he puts out a lot of damage, and I'm hoping that he's going to be kind of working in concert with the Tyranids to deal some really nasty damage. I've also got a Maleceptor. The Maleceptor is, by all accounts, a fantastic unit, incredibly resilient, and one of those things which is just great just to send up the field and kind of hold things up for your opposing army. And speaking of sending things charging up the center of the field to cause problems, I've got the Screamer Killer, the OG Carnifex. I love this model. I've said it various places that the design philosophy of this is just fantastic. It's based off the really old classic rogue trader Screamer Killer. It is a beautiful, beautiful creature and pretty fearsome on the tabletop as well. And lastly, to round out the list, I have borrowed from Hive Fleet KT 2 units of 3 Zoanthropes, really effective, really nasty mid-range las cannons, and they also confer a invulnerable save within synapse range to any Tyranids which are fortunate enough to be within their zone of influence. There we have it, 1995 points of Invasion Fleet Tyranids. It's time to rip and tear those that can also rip and tear.
Sons of Baal, rejoice! The Flesh Tearers have come to defend against the Tyranid horde. So today I am running for the first time the Flesh Tearers in my updated league list since the new codex has dropped. We do not have Iron Bale, unfortunately, because he doesn't really fit in with his butchers anymore. He's kind of at a loose end. So let's kick off with the Warlord himself. It is going to be who used to be my Sanguinary Priest, Seraph Kazian. He is just a captain with jump pack, and he will have a Power Fist equivalent or a very trendy looking Eviscerator, and the Chalice will just look cool. He will be leading a unit of 6 Sanguinary Guard. This will be my first time running them in what is more of a competitive sense. They are very expensive, they are tougher than they were before, but you also get less of them than you have before. So it'll be quite interesting to see how they do against the bugs, which have a whole heap of shooting and of course are quite good in combat too. We then move over to my second character, and I'm running Asterath, because Asterath of course does lend himself out into the other Blood Angel successor chapters, so it's themed for me to have him, plus he's really good in the game too. He's going to be leading a unit of 10 Death Company. They of course are equipped to the 9s with all of the special weapons that they can have. They should rip and tear and do what they say on the tin. We then move over to my next and final character, the Sanguinor, because he too appears to various Sons of Sanguinius. So I feel it's a fluffy choice for the Flesh Terrors, plus he's absolutely bossing the game, maybe an auto include in my opinion. So he's going to hopefully turn up and cause massive disruption to the Nids today. Now let's go on to more of the meat and potatoes of the army. We have 3 units of 5 assault intercessors. These guys, with jump packs of course, these guys will take objectives, good at chewing up enemy infantry on objectives as well, and they can do things like actions and just generally score me points throughout the game. We then have to back them up. This is where it's a bit of an experimental list for me. I've got not 1, not 2, but 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. Now, I won't lie, I'm not 100% sold on these. I would love to run Brutalis Dreadnoughts because that feels a little bit more themed for me in terms of being a Flesh Terror player, but I don't actually have them painted yet, and the Redemptors do offer me something which I call Duality, which gives me some good ranged firepower whilst also being able to fight in combat. Plus they are kind of tough, right? So I've got 3 of them. This will be the heart of the army and hopefully a big enough distraction to keep my other units alive against Ed. Then finally, we have to have them, they're just too good not to, a unit of 6 Plasma Inceptors. Obviously, everyone knows what these guys do now. They're kind of ridiculous for what they do in terms of damage output. They are still expensive. They have been nerfed several times over the course of the edition, but ultimately, they're still incredible at what they do. That brings the list to 2,000 points on the nose. How will it fare against Tyranids? How will the Redemptors fare? Let me know what you think of my list. For now, let's get to the mission.
Today's primary mission is Purge the Foe, being played on a hammer and anvil deployment. The mission rule is swift action.
Well, if it isn't Second Ed himself at the head of Leviathan here on this beautiful new battlefield, provided to us by Gale Force 9. This Legion terrain is pre-painted and we have made it our Lost Space Marine base today.
I love a themed board.
Me too.
It's very nice.
So the Flesh Terrors are deployed. We do have a unit, well in fact 2 units in Deep Strike Reserve. One is the Sanguinor, the Angel of Death himself. The other is a unit of 6 Inceptors, which you never see in any Space Marine list ever.
They're fearsome. They're very fearsome. Well, thank you very much for only taking 6 at the very least.
Yeah.
And arrayed against the Flesh Terrors is Hive Fleet Leviathan, Hive Fleet Ed. And I am going to take the Swarming Instincts tactics. He's got a lot of infantry there. And in reserve, flying around the remains of this once glorious chapter's homeworld, are 2 units of 10 gargoyles.
Ah, little critters. Okay, yes. Very nice. Well, we've input the data on the app.
Oh, yes.
In my phone. We'll be tracking this as this is a league game. It will be going into our overall league, which you can join at home. Play games at home. It's free. Download the app now. It's free. And you can soon track the games at home too, as we're doing this as a beta feature at the moment. So with no further ado, let's roll to see who goes first.
Let's.
Okay. I begin with a 4.
I
draw a perfectly reasonable 4.
A 5!
Ooh,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, unfortunately, you do have to go first, whether you like it or not.
Good. Advance!
Enjoying today's video? Here's a quick look at what we've released this week for our on-demand members. These videos join a huge library of exclusive content that grows every week for our on-demand community. If you want instant access to all of these videos and more, head over to table.tactics.tv or download our app and sign up today. Thanks for watching. Now let's head back to the battle.
Tyranid turn 1. I've drawn my secondaries. I drew extend battle lines, which is terrific. Very happy with that. I then drew assassination, which is good, but you've only got you've got 2 characters on board, and you've got the Sanguinor in space.
I do.
So I discarded that.
Okay.
And then annoyingly, I drew no prisoners, which in any other situation would be wonderful, especially paired with Purge the Foe. But
really not great
No.
in turn 1. Okay, so you've spent the CP, you've discarded, you've got no prisoners, you've got extend. I wish you the best of luck in your movement phase.
Thank you. Let's move some Tyranids.
Okay.
This brood of termagants didn't roll quite high enough on their advance to get themselves onto the central objective, which is disappointing, but I'm going to move them nonetheless. The second unit of termagants, well, they rolled the same, which is again not enough to get me onto the objective. So they're actually just going to go over here behind this power generator, ready to leap onto the objective in future turns. These zoanthropes are going to float over nearby, just over watching the termagants, and thereby conferring a 6-up invulnerable save upon them. The Maleceptor, fizzing with psychic diffusion, does make it onto this objective for extend battle lines. The Maleceptor is followed by Old One-Eye himself and his Carnifex friend, and then over on this side, the original Carnifex, the Screamer Killer, moves just around this landing pad. With a crash of chitin, the Tyrant Guard advance forward warily. With the rear Tyrant Guard anchoring my home objective, the Exocrine rounds this rock to do a bit of overwatch on the battlefield. What's this coming around the mountain? It is my rupture cannon. And that's my turn.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy.
I've stomped forward, been quite cautious. This Hive Tyrant's quite wary of the old Space Marines.
Yep.
But I am on one objective, so I did manage to get extend battle lines,
Right.
which is very exciting. So we can plug that into the app.
We will, yes, okay.
And I'm going to hold on to no prisoners, because no prisoners just pairs quite nicely with Purge the Foe. So I think that could be quite useful in future turns.
Okay, so holding on to no prisoners, you've got to extend.
Yep.
And yeah, the reason you can't shoot anything is because all of these structures, including the pads, we're counting as LOS blocking and ruins. So
That's correct.
okay, very cool. Let me do some cards then.
Over to you.
Okay, it's my turn. I've just used my fancy app to put in extend battle lines and secure no man's land.
Oh, you
because
got
that's what I've
extend as
drawn.
well.
I do. But I would ideally hold 2 objectives in no man's land as well for the full secure no man's land. That might not be possible. I'm going to have to get some good advance rolls. But with no further ado, I'm going to put the Oath of Moment on your Maleceptor.
Okay.
The brain bug must die. Kill the brain and the body will die, right?
Very durable, though, I'm warning you. Very
Big
durable.
brain.
Okay.
This unit of Assault Marines are advancing. They're not going to move their full move, but they're going to tuck in behind this pad and hide. Assault Intercessor's got a whopping 6 on the advance here. Despite having to fly up over these rocks, I do make it to this objective.
My Exocrine is going to take the opportunity to overwatch you, whilst my Termagants are going to use their Skulking Horrors ability to move away. My Termagants only skulked 1 inch away from the Flesh Terrors, whilst the Exocrine, despite rolling a big 6 and firing 10 shots into those intercessors, Spider, your saves once again saved the day.
First of my Redemptors moves out around the corner. My second Redemptor also comes to join its battle brother, flanking him and also drawing line of sight to the Maleceptor. Well, well, well. The Death Company here actually just rolled a 6 on their advance. And since it was such an aggressive onslaught, I'm going to use the stratagem of the same name for 1 CP, which does mean that they can advance and charge this turn. It also means that I'm within range of a second objective. Third and final Redemptor stomps off this way to the edge of the battlefield so that he can draw a line of sight to one of the rear Carnifexes. The Sanguinary Guard will now take the disguise before descending behind this fire base, creating a nice staging point. Seraph Kazian getting ready to drink some Ica. Finally, the Assault Intercessors will spread out. I know he's got some dastardly gargoyles who can potentially come in, try and steal objectives. So what I'm going to do is surround this here, some sort of defensive perimeter. Our Auspecs are scanning as we speak. We're going to open up in the shooting phase with the first of the Redemptors.
I was afraid of this.
I'm firing at the rear Carnifex, that's all I can see. I did unfortunately roll a 6 for the number of shots, so +1, we are overcharging on our macroplasma.
I saw the whole thing.
You did witness it. It happened in real life. We have 4 hits there. We don't have any rerolls or anything fancy like that. I believe you are toughness 9.
It's true.
Or even maybe more, I don't know.
Oh!
Well, this is what happens when you roll like this.
Whiff.
Nothing. It's called a whiffer. Now, I'd like to shoot you with my other guns, but none of them are in range, so I'm going to move swiftly on. The Redemptor that whiffed with everything did also whiff with his hazardous check, so he's just taken 3 wounds, leaving him on 9. Meanwhile, this Redemptor drew a line of sight straight up into the Maleceptor's face and managed to get 2 of the shots through, blasting 6 damage off of her. Okay, my final Redemptor and the final bit of shooting this turn, everyone. Macroplasma, this time I only got 4 shots, including the +1, into the Maleceptor. If I'm lucky, it could see her end.
If I'm unlucky.
4 hits. It's just the 1 wound, so she will live.
She lives!
She takes some
4 up
more
invulnerable
punishing
save.
damage.
She's fine.
Snow. Okay, how many wounds has she got left now?
8.
8 wounds.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big break.
There is a death company over there, though.
Oh, yeah, there is. Thanks for reminding me. It's the Death Company.
Oh,
Charge!
Oh, that's exactly what you needed.
That is exactly what I needed.
Yes.
How convenient. All right, let me move on in.
Okay.
Okay, Ed, this is how it's going down. The Death Company are opening up with the Power Fists first.
Oh dear.
Okay, we do count a strength 10, but you're a whopping toughness 11. So I am spending a CP on Red Rampage. I'm just going for the Lance ability. So I've got no CP now, but I will be getting +1 to wound.
-1 to hit for encephalic diffusion.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Right, that's lots of misses. That's all of them.
But
I do re-roll.
Yes.
And that makes lots of hits, because that's what happens when Lawrence re-rolls, usually.
Hello.
Not always. Right, lots of hits there. Now, normally wounding you on 5s, despite being strength 10, but in this instance I have Lance, so I'm wounding you on 4s. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's no devastating wounds here, because Astrath does confer that to them.
Okay.
So these are straight 4-up invulnerable saves, my friend.
Okay. And I make 2 of
well, that'll be 4 damage. She's still alive.
That halves me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We then have Eviscerators, the Flesh Tearer's weapon of choice. Rolling to hit. And re-rolling because of the -1s. Forgive me, we hit you on 5s because we're a base weapon skill of 4.
Okay.
So I'm going to re-roll all of those. Okay, so that's made a difference there. Very cool. And then that's 5 potential wounds here.
Oh dear.
2 more wounds, my friend. Excuse me. 1 is devastating. So that's flat 2 wounds that go through.
Okay.
And 1 is a regular wound. So
Okay.
4 up invuln.
Here we go. He's got 2 wounds left. He has failed it.
Oh, the Eviscerators have done it before Astrath even needs to raise his axe.
Poor Astrath, but he's livid.
He's probably just eating your brains right now, actually, because, you know,
Don't
they're
recommend
definitely
that.
not chaos, definitely not vampires. That's the end of my turn, Ed.
Worth mentioning, I didn't deadly demise. I just crumpled in a big chitinous heap.
Yeah, brains. So we did get extend battle lines, and we got extend battle lines for 5 in that instance, and we got secure no man's land as well for 5 in that instance, because we are holding 2 objectives in no man's land as well. Plus, because we destroyed a unit, we get 4 points for purge in the first battle round.
Feel purged.
Yeah, sorry about that. The good news is you have a very expensive unit right now in the midfield, exposed to Carnifexes, Screamer Killers, Hive Tyrant and Hive Guards, shooty Tyranid Warriors. I mean, I'm not feeling optimistic about their survival.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah.
It's your turn too.
Stand by for the one-eyed wink. Snip, snip. Top of my turn 2. I held on to no prisoners, as you can remember, and I've just drawn Cleanse, which is quite nice for me as well.
Hey.
Good, so with a synaptic pulse, my Hive Tyrant marshals his forces and advances towards the Flesh Tearers. Send in the armoured bulwarks. Old One Eye and his Carnifex friend move towards the Death Company, eager to avenge the Maleceptor, whilst the Screamer Killer moves 8 inches around to take them from the rear. The Hive Tyrant, eager to witness the massacre, moves his Tyrant Guard forward and he lumbers in behind. And with a synaptic pulse, the Hive Tyrant orders the Tyranid warriors to move up behind to take up firing positions to bring all of their nasty ranged bioweapons downrange of the Death Company. The Zoanthropes are going to float their big cerebral brains back here to hold our home objective. The Termagants advance a mighty 6, bringing them onto this objective. Now, because of the mission rule, I can, of course, cleanse, which is great news. The Zoanthropes are going to float over here so that they can fire warp lightning into the intercessors in the middle, whilst these Termagants are going to advance onto this objective over here, and again, using swift action, cleanse it. The Tyrannofex, starved of targets, is actually going to move to the other side of this rock to stand next to the Exocrine and shoot at the intercessors in the middle. Lawrence, are you braced for my bioplasmic cannon? I've just rolled another 6 on it. So I've got 10 shots with blast going into your intercessors from the Exocrine.
Okay.
I'm hitting on 2s. I missed you once, and I don't want to cause any undue distress or alarm, but there's 3 sustained there. Yes.
I see.
That's rather glorious. I like that. Cool. Wounding on 2s.
Yeah.
I wound you not all the times. I'll drop a couple there. That's 3. That's 6, that's 9, that's 10 wounds at AP2. 10 wounds at AP2.
10.
10! Yes.
At effective AP2 because of cover, you mean?
Yes,
AP4.
that's right, yeah.
Well, I make 4 of them.
Okay, they're 3
nice.
damage each.
Say again?
3 damage each.
It's funny, it sounded like you said 3.
Is that the sound of melting ceramite?
Yeah.
Oh dear. The Tyranid warriors unleash a fusillade of bio-weaponry into the Death Company, killing 2 and leaving 1 on a wound. The Screamer Killer unleashes the bioplasmic scream of its namesake and turns a Death Company Marine to mush, leaving another on a wound. And so we come to the last of my units to shoot. It is, of course, the mighty Hive Tyrant himself. I've got 4 shots with my heavy venom cannon into the Death Company. I hit you all of the times, wounding you on 2s because it's strength 9. I wound you 4 times at AP2. You will be getting cover.
I will. Okay, so I'm going to take this on
the rear.
Yeah, there are 3 chain swords there which are in cover. I can do 4 chain swords. Okay, so I'll just take all these saves at the same time.
Ooh, okay, you save 2.
2 go through. Okay. Damage is 3, you say?
3, yes.
Ooh. Okay,
so there is one on
pain
1
on
wound.
The first. He is slain.
He is slain.
Feel no pain on the second. He is slain. There we go. 2 are dead. There's nothing I can do about that.
Ah. The Death Company have been whittled.
They have.
Or turned to mutagenic dripping acid. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Such is life in the 41st millennium. Charge phase. The Tyrant Guard are going to charge 8 inches, long bomb charge, into the Death Company. They make it. That's very exciting. So I'll move them in, and they will be followed, of course, by the Screamer Killer and the Carnifexes as well. Pile it on, lads! The bunch of chitin is going to attack. First of all, the Tyrant Guard are going to attack the Death Company. So 4 of them can get in combat. I am hitting you on 4s. Okay. I've only got the 1 sustained there. And do you drop? Oh, gosh, quite a few. 2 to wound you. That is just 2 wounds at AP2.
AP2. Okay.
With my crushing claws.
I save 1 and I fail 1. Is there a damage on that, sir?
They're 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll my feel no pain. This will be on the last chainsword wielder. He does die. On a 4+, he will be able to attack you. He cannot.
He cannot.
Because of Astaroth's special rule, everyone.
Great.
On the 4.
It's time for the Hive Tyrant, who is, of course, leading that unit. Okay. He's hitting you on 2s. Oh, no sustained, and I do drop 1. That's sad times. And I'll be wounding you on 2s again. And that is 4 wounds at AP2. 4 wounds at AP2.
You got it. Ooh. I saved 1 and I failed 3.
Now those are damage 3.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so first one, slain.
Yep.
Second one, slain. Third one, slain.
Have they got enough limbs to fight me back?
So 2 eviscerators and 1 power fist.
Oh,
the power fist can attack back.
Okay.
I will immediately do that.
I'll do that now, yeah.
We are actually going to punch your...
Screamer Killer?
No, we're going to punch the Carnifex unit in the face. That is 2 hits.
Okay. Toughness 9.
That is 1 wound.
Okay. It's a 2 up save, so is that 4 up?
It's, yes.
Chitinous Hide? Yeah. I save it.
You love life.
There we go.
Great.
It's now time for Old One Eye. Here he comes with his... I'm going to strike you rather than sweep you.
Oh.
I hit you. Oh, I do drop 1, but I can re-roll because I'm old one eye, and I do get to sustain. So that's quite nice. So
Ouch.
there's many hits here, but wounding on 2s because I'm strength 14, +1 because the tyrant's knocking around. So yeah, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 wounds at AP 3.
AP 3.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to have to damage.
D6 +1. So
At AP 3.
Yeah,
Okay. The first save fails. Do your damage.
3.
3. Okay, he's dead.
Okay.
Had to do it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the rest of the saves are on Astorath.
There's a 7 more
Yeah.
on Astorath. Oh dear.
All right, the damage on Astorath is very likely going to kill him. Would you
Yes.
like to roll that damage, please, sir?
So I'm rolling 4 dice here. Oh yeah.
Okay.
7, 14.
Right. Does the Power Fist strike back? Does Astorath strike back? Oh, they both do.
Okay.
So we will be fighting on death,
Yes.
I'm afraid.
Yes.
So the Power Fist will punch
The Carnifex?
the Carnifex in the face.
Okay.
I hit you twice.
Yes.
Failed to wound you.
Oh dear.
Mr. Astorath. Da, 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 da.
He's got a big axe.
Da, 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 da. Oh, Astorath actually is going to go direct. Does your Hive Tyrant get bonuses? If I attack him, because I've got precision.
If it's precision, I'll get my feel no pain for the Tyrant Guard.
For the Tyrant Guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Tyrant Guard will confer a feel no pain on him. You'll still get to hit him, but he'll get a feel no pain.
I'm going to go for. I'll go for the Carnifex.
Oh, you're going for the Carnifex, okay.
I'll go for the Carnifex. I hit you a bunch of times. Now I do have devastating wounds.
Okay.
If it comes up.
Whoop. Want to roll that one?
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Okay.
This is damage 2. That's 4 damage on the Carnifex right out of the gate. And I
Okay.
do get a further 2 wounds.
Okay, at AP 2?
At AP -3.
Oh, gosh.
Astorath.
Okay, so 5, 7. Okay, so
Oh,
those all
so
go through.
That's amazing. That's 8 damage on that Carnifex from Astorath.
He's just killed a Carnifex!
Oh, Astorath!
But then Astorath is very dead as well, though, isn't he?
What?
He's probably dead.
Don't ruin my epic moment. Yes, I know he's dead.
What a slaughter!
Yeah.
There's steaming piles of viscera, blood angel sanguination, and chitinous.
Dismemberment with axes.
It's horrendous. That was glorious.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
I have scored 5 VP for no prisoners.
Yeah.
None were taken. Don't worry. And also I've scored 4 VP for cleanse, and for the purge to foe I've tallied 3. So let's hold on to that.
Yeah, and I've weirdly tallied 1.
You have.
Yeah. Okay, that's quite cool for me. So let's see what I draw now. Well, we have an interesting draw. It's my command phase. I've drawn Cleanse. I'm not a big fan of that with my old Flesh Terrors. Got Area Denial. That's possible. So I'm going to put my Oath of Moment target today on Mr. Exocrine.
Oh, not him.
Yes.
He's my favourite bug.
Is he?
Yes.
Wow, that's very good to know. Is that because of the huge?
Got
bang
nothing
gun
to
that he's
do with
got?
his armament, Lawrence. No, not that at all. He's got many other attributes.
First things first, these assault intercessors move right up to the objective, just over an inch away from the termagants. Are they going to do any reactions?
They're going to skulk and they're going to horror away.
Okay.
I'm going to skulk away, behind this power generator.
Seraph Kasian, aka the Jump Captain, will now use Aggressive Onslaught for free so that this unit can advance and charge this turn, and the move actually allows me to come right round here just over an inch away, but more importantly, as I tuck
won't be able to shoot you with my exocrine.
Exactly, so you
Yes.
won't be able to see me behind the LOS blocking cover.
I will be skulking horrors though.
All right.
I rolled a 4 on my skulking horrors, so they're going to move around here. I'm going to try my best to draw Lawrence out.
This Redemptor ends up here. This one then moves out slightly. This one moves up here. Meteoric Descent. I'm just going to place it just outside of 3 of both these units because we can do that with this unit. And of course it steals his objective as well, which is quite nice.
But my exocrine's bioweapon is waiting for you. Unfortunately, my Exocrine's Overwatch was not quite the lethal payload that I wanted. Didn't manage to do any wounds to your intercessors.
No.
Oh well.
Unlucky there. Okay, so this Redemptor all the way over here now will be going for your Screamer Killer. I've rolled up the Macro Plasma. We're going to roll to hit here.
This is, of course, your Oath of Moment target.
No, the Oath of Moment target is the Exocrine.
Oh, it is, of course, yes.
I did consider that off camera, but that's not what happened in the end. So 2 hits there. And a wound there, my friend.
A wound? What's he AP?
It's like -3 or 4 on the big map.
Well, I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6, doesn't matter. Okay, so then we have the Onslaught Gatling Cannon, which is 8 shots. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And that's still into the Screamer Killer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Hits there. Key point here is that they do have
Toughness
devastating. 9. No wounds there. Okay, and then finally the crack missiles. Just the 1. And no wounds there. Okay, he's a whiffer. The second Redemptor opens up from over here with the firing lane, and the Screamer Killer is slightly in cover, so unfortunately only one of the plasma shots and assorted fire goes through for a total of 3 damage. It's time.
I was afraid of this.
It's time for the Inceptus.
Oh no!
Inceptus into the Exocrine, which is my Oath of Moment target.
Okay, I am going to pop Rapid Regeneration for 1 CP, so I have a 5 up, feel no pain.
I like it. Okay, so you're down to 0 CP at the moment.
It's true.
Okay, to hit you, sir. Re-rolling.
Oh, re-rolling because of at the moment.
Yep. Okay. And then 5s to wound you.
Okay, yeah, because I'm toughness 10.
That's true.
Boo, boo, boo.
And I get to re-roll these as well because they are twin linked.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
Yeah.
you're looking at 3, 6, that's 8 6-up armor saves that you'll require, my friends.
Okay, okay. 8 6-up
8 6-up armor
Coming
saves.
right up. I make not a 1.
Oh, that's 3, 6, 9, 18, 21 damage.
18.
8 times 3? 24.
24 damage, exactly, yes.
Yes.
Welcome, everyone.
So 24 wounds,
Yeah.
unfortunately for you.
Here we go.
Yes.
5 up. Hiya! Oh, I make quite a few. I drop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That seems, I think that exceeds.
The Exocrine
It's 14 wounds.
is obliterated.
Oh, I was so close. So close. Well, my Exocrine didn't deadly demise.
No, but unfortunately one of my macroplasmas did. So one of the Inceptors has been destroyed with a hazardous test. We're now going to go on to the final bit of this shooting. This Redemptor here will fire everything into your Screamer Killer. So we've only rolled up the 3 shots for the macroplasma, but we do hit all 3 times. This one's obviously a bit of a sniper. This one is a bit of a sniper with 3 wounds, my friend.
Okay.
3 wounds.
I do save 1.
That will be a further 6 damage
That's
to
okay.
your physical body.
That's fine. I've got 1 wound left on my physical body.
We're then going to do the 8 shots. I just want to get 1 devastating wound on your physical body.
You haven't got a single devastating wound with any of these guns.
No. This would please me greatly. I have a feeling that this one is a sniper. So a single 6 here, and the Redemptor has slain the Screamer Killer. He is slain.
There it is.
He is slain. Lead me to the slaughter.
Yeah, goodbye.
We now move on to the charge phase, but just before the charge phase begins, this Assault Intercessor unit will actually begin a cleanse there, because I know that I will get that now. If I kill these termagants, I will kill more for Purge. The Sanguinary Guard.
Oh, yes.
They get a 6, that'll do it. In they go. Well, the Sanguinary Guard descend with fury upon these swarming termagants, but with 30 attacks from the Iron Carmine Blades alone, before Seraph even strikes, much ichor is spilt and much goo is left on the floor. Real nice.
It is the 3rd turn for the Tyranids.
Yeah.
I'm just recapping for myself here. Now then, I am on 1 objective, so I did manage to score 4 points for the foe.
Yeah.
I drew behind enemy lines and recover assets. Recover assets is horrible.
Yeah.
I withdrew it.
Withdrew it.
And then I drew another card, and that card was Storm Hostile.
Okay.
So much better position.
Okay, so you're on 0 CP.
It's true.
Okay.
Yes. Good. The Hive Tyrant sends a synaptic pulse to his hordes, and off they go for a 3rd turn. Old One Eye adjusts his monocle and lumbers over here to potentially get a charge off against this Redemptor. The Tyrant Guard and their liege, the Hive Tyrant, move up to the edge of this chapter monastery to just get out of line of sight. These termagants, having skulked away, are now going to move back to where they were to storm this hostile objective. These zoanthropes are floating over here towards the sanguinary guard.
Okay, as you do start that floating, I start my shooting with Overwatch from the Inceptors. The Overwatch unleashes fury, hitting 2, wounding 2, and Ed fails 2 of his saves, and with damage 3, that kills 2 of them. However, another unfortunate Inceptor takes a hazardous test and fails.
With Lawrence's dreaded Overwatch spent, the Tyranid warriors are safe to advance onto their home objective. I say advance, I mean walk. But you know what I mean. With a screech and a flap of leathery wings, my gargoyles have entered the battlefield, straight into Lawrence's backfield, behind enemy lines. Spider, may I draw your attention to my rupture cannon and its prodigious payload. 2 shots into your Redemptor. Bang! And I hit you twice, and that doesn't do anything.
Oh, that's good.
It doesn't do anything, because I've got swarming instinct.
I'm still very excited.
It's very exciting. I'm wounding you on 3s. I wound you twice. It's an AP 4, but you're in cover.
I'm in cover, so I get 5 up saves after my 2 up base save.
Oh, here we go. Okay, this is going to be D6 plus 5 damage because -1 for your thingy.
That's right. Oh, correct.
D6 plus 6 usually.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes!
Oh, nice work.
My rupture
Does it
cannon.
blow up? No, okay. But the rupture cannon does what it should do in the fluff, and it completely obliterates the Redemptor.
My Tyranifex wasn't finished. He did a salvo of stingers into your Inceptors, doing no damage. But the Zoanthropes, who are also on that objective, are going to fire some focused witch fire, and we do hit you twice, and one of those is indeed sustained.
Oh, nice.
Because you are an infantry.
Okay.
Oh, and it's lethal as well. So
that's 3 hits.
It's 3 hits
Okay.
and a lethal. There we go. Oh, okay, and that is 3 wounds. So that's 4 wounds at AP 3. 4 wounds at AP 3.
And did you hit on 3s or 4s to begin with? 3s?
Hit on 3s.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
So 4 wounds. Here we go.
He just misspoke, everyone.
Okay, so that's 1 save and 3 fail.
3 fail. Okay, so it's D6 plus 1. So that is 1 dead,
Dead.
Inceptor. 2 dead Inceptor.
2 dead. Yes, yes, yes.
And 3 dead Inceptor.
Lovely. Well
Focused
done.
Witchfire. My brain. The Tyranid warriors with ranged bioweapons finish off the last Inceptor underneath a withering fusillade of bio-death. A torrent of fleshborer beetles worm their way into these storied heroes, felling 2 of the Space Marines. The gargoyles, having descended, fire their fleshborers at the assault intercessors, doing a solitary wound, and then use the ploy, fly my pretties fly, because that's what it's called, to move 6 inches towards the enemy. The gargoyles on the opposite flank fire their flesh borers and have much better luck slaying a intercessor. And then use the ability Winged Swarm, because that's what it's called, to move 6 inches deeper into the hinterland. The Hive Tyrant fired his heavy venom cannon at the Redemptor over here, but failed to do any damage. And then we move on to the last bit of shooting, which is my lonely Zoanthrope, the one that survived your Overwatch, firing his Witchfire into the Sanguinary Guard.
Okay.
4 shots, hitting on 3s. No sustained, I just hit you twice. Wounding on 3s, and that's just 1 wound at AP2.
I do fail that
You
save?
do fail, it's D3 damage. That's 2 damage.
Okay. Still alive though, because they're 3 wounds these days.
Wow. It's a big charge.
Okay.
Old one eye. It's a 9-inch charge.
It's a 9-inch charge.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Old one eye.
Old one eye. Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a
Now,
6.
fortunately, he is within range of the Hive Tyrant for his reroll.
Going to use your free CP.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Magic
That's what I'm
wand.
gonna do. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's very
hello.
nice.
In he
Works.
goes. In he goes.
Hey, how exciting. Well, now that the charge phase has ended, Sephiroth's music suddenly bellows across the battlefield and the Sanguinor appears.
Very bad. Very, very, very bad.
The Sanguinor attacks you.
Oh,
8
no.
attacks.
Oh.
Oh, he's hit you lots.
Do those 6s mean anything?
They will if I roll them again. He does have devastating wounds. Okay, so 2 damage straight out of the gate, and he actually wounds you a further 2 times as well.
Okay.
The AP is -3 on the Sanguinor's weapon.
Okay. So 2 5-ups.
Okay, so you've got 4 damage so far, my friend.
Thank you.
4 damage for Feel No Pains.
Feel no pain. I rapidly regenerate. You only do 2 damage to me.
Great.
Have you
So-
finished Sanguinor?
I have finished the Sanguinor.
Oh.
You wait, of course, because he has fights first.
Okay, right.
Who would you like to attack?
I'm still going to put all my attacks into the Redemptor.
Can I understand that?
I think I want
I understand
to do that. Yeah. I hit you. I missed twice.
Cool.
That 6 doesn't mean anything because you're a vehicle. 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm spending a CP on Armor of Contempt here, by the way.
Yes. I think I might wound you on 2s because I'm Synapse.
You're not.
Am I not?
So then it's just wounding on 3s.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So that's 2 wounds. Okay. So I need 4 up saves here because of Armor of Contempt.
Okay.
I do make both. I'm afraid.
Drat!
It's time for redemption. Redemptor Fist into Old One Eye now, I'm afraid. Okay, 3 hits.
Okay. I'm toughness 9.
Lovely. So it will be 3s to wounds, of which there are 2 wounds there.
Yes. AP2.
AP2.
4 ups. I fail 1.
That'll be 3 damage.
3 damage. So this will go onto my 5 up feel no pain. And I don't make any. So I'm down to 4 wounds. I will heal in your command phase, but will I heal quick enough?
I don't know.
I don't know. Stay tuned to find out if I heal enough. Thus endeth my turn. Oh, poor Old One Eye.
Yeah.
Assailed on all sides.
Yeah.
Oh well, hopefully he'll pull through. So I managed, I got 4 for Purge at the end of this turn, and I got behind enemy lines and storm hostile objective.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Which is nice. Yeah, you're scoring the points.
Happy
Do you
with
want to roll for Old One Eye now to see what wounds he gets back? So we're about to go into my command
That
phase.
would be exciting.
Yeah.
He gets 1 wound back.
He's got
one 5
one
wounds.
for his one eye.
It could be enough. Oh, I think I can hear a disturbance in the warp.
Oh, what is it? Right, well, this is an interesting one. Back up to 2 CP. I've got overwhelming force and I've got no prisoners.
That sounds like the sort of cards that Flesh Terrors would like to
Yeah.
draw. I did my Psychic Scream.
You did. I passed every single battle shock, every single one.
Unflappable, one could say.
Apparently so. So with that in mind, let's talk about Oath of Moment.
Let's.
My Oath of Moment today will be... I'll let you know in the movement phase. We begin with the Sanguinary Guards. They will be advancing and they will be using the stratagem Aggressive Onslaught because that's cool. Oh, in fact, I'll do it for free. Why not? With my captain. And we will be putting Oath of Moment on the Zoanthropes.
And I shall be overwatching you. Frustratingly, the Zoanthropes didn't do anything to the Sanguinary Guard. Hey ho.
Meanwhile, the Redemptor over here stomps forward onto this pad. Meanwhile, this Redemptor will fall back out of combat and use 1 CP on Relentless Onslaught so that I can still shoot, and I will choose to succumb to the Thread Thirst so that I can also charge, although I will be battle shocked. We open with the Redemptor. The Redemptor that just fell back is unleashing hell into those gargoyles. First of all, the Macroplasma. These are the shots that I've rolled up. Oh, and then of course you are 10 in there?
Yes.
2 additional. Blast.
10 gargoyles.
Okay, lots of hits.
I'm only toughness 3.
2s. I'm not overcharging here, so there's no point. That will be 4 dead unless you have a feel no pain.
No, that's 4 dead.
Okay.
Blown
4
out of the sky.
are slain. We then have 8 shots with the Gatling. Okay. 4 dead so far.
Oh dear.
Toughest.
3.
Okay, well, devastating. And then 3 saves, please.
Cool.
So 5.
Oh, I do make.
Are you 4-up saves?
No.
So that's 7 dead in total.
Yep.
And then I've got the rockets.
Only fragile birds.
3 hits for the last 3. Oh, but it is blast as well, I believe.
Oh no.
No, it's not.
Okay.
To hit you, that's 3 hits, and it's anti-fly 2+.
Okay.
So this is 2s to kill. Oh, it will wipe the unit. Oh no, it's -1. Do you have 5-up or 6-up?
I've got a 6-up.
Okay.
Is
So
that-
then you're dead.
Is that? Oh, shit.
As this Redemptor moves towards the termagants, he unleashes hell into this gargoyle mob, and not one of them is left flapping its wings at the end of it. We now go to the Sanguinary Guard, but not before these Assault Intercessors opened up with their bolt pistols. They didn't actually kill any of the termagants. So, moving on to the Sanguinary Guard, we do have 1 Inferno pistol into the Zoanthropes. It's a hit.
Yes.
What is your toughness?
5.
Well, then that fails to wound. Fair enough. And then we've got all of these Angelus bolt guns.
Okay.
Oath of Moment
Oath
targets.
of Moment.
Just as well.
The Oath of Moment hat is on their heads.
And then 5s to wound.
Yep.
That will be 3 wounds.
3 wounds. I've got a 4-up invuln.
Okay.
I only failed 1.
Take our first wound, and then the plasma pistol from Seraph Kazian. And that is also a wound.
Certification. Oh, yes.
And he's good. It's
fine.
Nice. I wasn't overcharging, by the way.
No.
Because I don't want to lose the wounds for nothing. Okay. The charge phase is complete. The Redemptors have charged back in over there, back into this Termagant unit over here, and Seraph and the Sanguinary Guard rolled a whopping charge. It's really, and this is post-piling as well, really enabled me to wrap that unit round there. Window open with Seraph Kazian himself.
Into the zone
Into the zone thropes. And 2 Sanguinary Guard are also going to go into the zone thropes. The rest, which is another 5, or 4 rather, will go into the Tyranid Warriors.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Very scary.
This is Seraph Kazian. He hits you all the time.
Oh, good. No Oath of Moment required.
No Oath of Moment required. I am spending the CP on the stratagem to wound you on for Lance, to wound you on 2s. Despite that, I do only wound you 4 times.
Okay, so I've got a 4-up invuln, which I would like. I save none of them.
Oh, okay.
How many damage do those each?
They are only 2.
Okay.
That will kill. 1 was only on 2 wounds, so it kills 1.
Kills 1.
Kills another and puts another one down to 1 wound.
Ouch.
Brutal. We then have 2 Sanguinary Guard on that 1 wound guy.
Dear.
Okay, here we go.
Sizing him up.
Oath of Moment. Okay. And then it's also 2s to wounds because of Lance with Red Rampage. Okay, that's 3, 6, 7 4-up invulnerable saves required, my friend. 7.
Yes. Well, it's a good effort, but I do fail 3, so they packed it to pieces.
The zone tropes are slain.
It's afraid!
We have now destroyed a unit for overwhelming force that was on an objective.
Yes, that was overwhelming.
Now this into your warriors.
Okay.
Picking up misses.
Yeah.
Not Oath of Moment.
No. Now the Oath...
Are still wounding on 2s, I'm afraid.
Oh, gosh, and...
Carmine Blades.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
Toughness 5.
3, because we're strength 9 effectively, because the captain also gives them +1 strength. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, strength 9 with Lance. So 14 wounds. So you have a 6-up invuln?
Well, are the zone thropes still alive? They are, aren't they?
It's all simultaneous,
it's all happening at the
yes.
same time.
The Incarmine Blade is -3, so it will be on...
Yes. Did you say 14?
14.
I make 2, so I failed 12.
Okay.
I'm guessing that is a lot of damage. How many damage are
they're
these?
2 damage a pop. We'll come back and work out how many are actually dead.
So, with the zone thropes dead, but they did confirm the invuln save, but with 12 wounds that went through, that means that all the warriors are dead, but the Prime is left fully healthy.
Nice.
To avenge his kin.
Between the hacking chainswords, the smashing power fist of the champion and the Redemptor, all of the Termagants are butchered. Rip and tear. And now the Sanguinor. I'm going to try and kill Old One Eye first. With
could
my
you?
fight's first ability. To hit. He hits you every single time.
Okay.
The Angel of Death.
Now these are devastating.
Yeah, 6 is the devastating wounds.
Ooh, there's one there.
Right, now weirdly, like it could have been worse. So 2 damage has gone through, but I've only wounded you once.
Okay, yeah.
So you look at it that way.
AP2, yes?
3.
AP3, okay. So 5 up? No, goes
So
through.
it is 4 damage.
Okay.
But he's got Feel No Pain inbuilt, right?
He does, here it comes. Okay.
He's taking 2 damage.
I've got
So he's got 3 wounds
left.
Right, the Redemptor has got +1 attack for now for charging.
Oh.
He hits you
Yes.
that many times.
Yes.
You are tough, so...
I'm toughness 9.
I only wound you twice.
Okay. What's your AP?
And he's only like -2.
Okay.
So-
Come on! Oh no! Look at that!
Okay, right. This is now not great for you.
Double ones.
I've done 6 damage. You've got 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
So you need to roll 4 5-ups.
I didn't do that.
The Redemptor plays whack-a-mole with Old One Eye's eye.
Do you know what's really weird is Old One Eye doesn't have Deadly Demise. The Winged Tyranid Prime is all I've got left to fight with. He's absolutely furious at seeing his brood slaughtered.
I understand.
You're -1 to hit, so I'm hitting you on 3s. I do get a sustained, so that is 4. That's not too bad.
And what's your strength?
My strength is, it goes up to strength 7, because I'm
I'm -1 to wound.
Okay.
So you'd be wounding me on 4s.
Yes. So I wound you twice.
Okay.
At AP 1.
AP1.
Twice at AP 1.
I saved both because they are 2 up base save.
Oh dear. Oh, what a brutal turn.
Wasn't it? Well, I can summarise it now. I maxed no prisoners for 5. And I maxed overwhelming force for 5 as well.
Yeah.
I also killed more, and of course I killed a unit as well for the primary. So I've scored lots of points. I think I'm roughly around 20 points ahead of you. We'll double check that. You'll see it come up on the screen as we go into your turn 4.
That was a savage turn, but the hive mind is determined. It's rapacious. I've drawn Establish Locus, and I've also drawn Bring It Down. And there's definitely a few units on the board that I am determined to bring down. The Zoanthrope, having passed his Battle Shock test, moves 5 inches here, which just about brings him 6 inches away from the centre to establish the Locus. Determined to avenge his favoured Old One Eye, the Hive Tyrant moves 4th. The Tyranid, starved of targets, reluctantly shifts position to try and get a shot off against that Redemptor. I should have mentioned this before. I've put Predatory Imperative to get lethal hits against vehicles with the Hive Tyrant, so he's done that for nothing. I'm hitting on 2s. Oh dear, I do miss one. That's rather unfortunate. I'm wounding on 5. So that's 1 wound at AP2 with the Heavy Venom Cannon into the Redemptor. What's going on here?
That's amazing. He fails.
Oh dear.
Damage?
I think is that 3 damage?
Be -1.
Yeah. Oh dear, I've misled. It is 3 damage.
Okay, so 2 damage. Great.
Yeah, fantastic. The Tyranid levels its Rupture Cannon at that Redemptor over there.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. Well, I do hit you twice. That's great news. Wounding on 3s. That is just the 1 wound. AP4
goes through.
It's D6 plus 6 damage. Well, D6 plus 5 because of your rule.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
9 damage. Not bad. Not bad. I'll do the Stinger Salvos off. Okay. The Tyranid Stinger Salvos did 1 wound to the Assault Intercessors. Let's move straight into the charge phase. I can't wait. The Hive Tyrant and the Tyrant Guard are going to go into Sanguinius.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Sanguinius, Sephiroth, and the Redemptor. It's a 7-inch charge. It's a 6, but I did hold back a CP.
Okay. Oh, hey!
Oh dear.
Oh that's heartbreaking.
Terribly sad. Oh dear.
The Incarmine Blades and, of course, Seraph Kazin himself have just butchered this poor Winged Prime, but you could potentially hit me back.
Okay, Death Blow on a 4-up. Oh, I do.
Oh, nice.
That's very exciting. So 6 attacks, hitting you on 3s because it's -1 to hit you.
Okay.
Oh, that is exciting. I do manage to get some sustained offers there as well. So, and wounding on 3s. So
-1, yeah. So
it's 4 wounds.
So 4s to wound, so a -1. So 3 wounds.
At AP1.
At AP1, one of them does go through, so you will kill one of the Sanguinary Guard.
Well, failing that charge is obviously very disappointing. Yeah. I didn't manage to purge anything, unfortunately. I actually spent that Zoanthropes, that lonely Zoanthropes shooting action to establish the Locus in the centre. I made the decision not to shoot the Redemptor and finish it off with his Warp Blast, just because the odds of that going off are pretty low. So I just netted 2 victory points.
Yeah, not
in
great.
that turn. Oh dear, it's not looking good for the Tyranids.
And as we go into my turn, I've actually just drawn my cards already. Surprise! Defend Stronghold and Bring It Down.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing the Oath of Moment on your Tervigan. Your Tyrannifex, excuse me. And I'm probably going to be very cowardly and move the Sanguinor and the Redemptor away from you because you've decided to keep Bring It Down.
Yeah, the Hive Tyrant mews in disappointment. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Okay, right. So obviously I've mentioned I've got Defend Stronghold. I've basically guaranteed that. I've mentioned I've got Bring It Down. Really, if I can destroy the Tyranid, that really solidifies the victory. But the reality is you can't actually score enough now to catch me.
No, sad times.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to move into position, see if I can bring that Tyranid down, and then we'll wrap up the game. Well, as you suspected, no doubt, the Tyranids took something like 20 damage and was slain. We then played out the rest of the game. I did get defend stronghold, and I did get bring it down. I then also drew recover assets and containment, of which I both got those at the end of the game. Mr. Ed, over to you.
Well, in my final turn, I was unable to bring it down. I was unable to make the charge to try and overwhelming force the Redemptor off. So that was that really. The Hive Tyrant was just having a bit of a bad time. So we finished the game at 90 points to you, sir, and 48 for the forces of the Hive Mind, the Tyranids.
Amazing game.
That was great fun.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so I mean, you absolutely stomped me come turn 4.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking failing the charge.
Yeah, but what I'm enjoying about running the Tyranids at the moment is I'm kind of fixed with this list at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not changing it, which means that I'm kind of reflecting and learning every single time I'm using it. So I'm not going away scratching my head. I know what I did wrong.
Yeah.
And that really helps me become a better player.
Absolutely. It is a scary list as well.
It is potentially a scary list. Your positioning is always absolutely immaculate.
Thank you. That's
so you really mitigated the damage that the Exocrine and the Tyranids could do.
Yeah.
And they can do serious damage to Space Marines, particularly Redemptors and things. We saw what it did to the Redemptor. And that was just one turn of effective shooting. Will of the Hive Mind, I really need to get better at my placement so that I can use Will of the Hive Mind, which is such a powerful ability.
It is. Could be game winning.
And there are a few times where I got like my tape measure was like, oh no, I've moved him too far away, which is a bit sad. But hey, I will get better.
Yeah, no worries. Well, look, well played. It was a pleasure seeing you use the Tyranids in action. I think my only final thoughts are the Redemptors did okay. They are quite resilient. But I do have another list which is replacing them with 3 Invicta Warsuits and 3 units of suppressors. I'm actually kind of more excited about trying that next time. Let me know what you guys think. It's also 2,000 on the nose. But for now, thank you so much for the game, Ed. Thank you to Gale Force 9 for the Legion terrain. It worked perfectly here with blocking line of sight and creating that sort of Dawn of War-esque vibe. Very nice. And then thank you to Mr. Chef as well, who's been on camera today.
Boop, boop.
I've been Lawrence, and we'll see you in another League Report very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.